Hello again, and welcome back to Steins Gate 0. I am, as always, Alenville, and right now we're back with meeting our legal loli friend. So let's go. Still the brain science institute? That's where Kurisu worked. Yeah, which means this person might know a lot about Kurisu. I held back the impulse to start badgering her with questions. Good guy. I looked at the pamphlet with the seminar schedule. Picked up Andea's lecture was the last one for the day and was clearly intended to be the biggest. Was this Mayo Hyojo girl going to give a lecture? Just like Kurisu had done at the summer convention. So is she replacing Kurisu as the person? Kind of in that way? No, wait, that's wrong. That never happened. Kurisu magazine never gave any lectures over the summer. That happened in the Alpha World line. Now we're in the Beta World line. The World line I inhibited now. Before the summer convention, she'd already died. Huh? Okay. Look at the pamphlet again and saw the lecturer name was Alexis Leskinen. Professor at Victor Condria University and the chief researcher of the Brain Science Institute. Okay. Okay. Yeah. Let Mao to show them where the staff room was. I had no reason to hang around her any further. I said goodbye and was just about to turn around. Just then, the elevator opened, a woman emerged. The instant I saw her face, every hair, my body stood on end. What? Who is it? Whoa! No! Moeka! Oh, whoa. Okay. There's a reason for this reaction. Everybody who knows Steins Gate, which hopefully is most of the viewers I have right now, she was kind of an enemy. She was there as Mayuri got shot and all that stuff. Moeka, Kiryu was all I could keep myself from screaming. Calm down. This is the Better World line. Mayuri is alive. Moeka's not gonna kill her. Not going to kill her, yeah. Okay. Our eyes met. Our eyes met on the other side of her glasses, were as dead as ever. It was impossible to tell what she was thinking. I finally averted my gaze before she realized something was wrong. She tilted her head for a second, but quickly lost interest and turned toward Maho. Okay. 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 Even in this world, Moeka still only spoke in faint whispers. Okay. Yeah, she doesn't really talk much. Most of the time she tried to communicate with Okabe in SMS message. Okay. Yeah. Two of them disappeared into the staff room. As I watched them leave, I took a deep breath. I tried to calm down, but it wasn't working. Yeah. What the hell? It was a terrible feeling, like cold fingers tracing the wound in my heart. Yeah. That night, when the terrorist threat shut down all the trains in Akihabara. That awful night when I just knew something was going to happen. Yeah. I find it nice that they're... I find it good that they kind of try to pick up people who didn't follow it right now, how it went. I find that quite nice. Yeah. Or was that just a magic thing? Was she just a magazine reporter now instead of a CERN around her? She wasn't really with CERN, if I remember. She was with FB, who was somebody else. No, even if Moika was around her. We had nothing to do with CERN anymore. CERN wouldn't be watching us. True. We didn't develop that. Took another deep breath, grabbed some of the anxiety meds in my pocket and swallowed them down with some mineral water I brought ahead of time. It would take 15 minutes for them to kick in. Those 15 minutes were always pretty rough. Wow. He's drugged up now. Oh, Okabe. Laughed at myself a little and sat down on one of the reception desk chairs. The table was filled with the leaflet and pamphlets and other things for attending. My eyes wandered to one of the pamphlets. Nakabachi theory and genealogy of pseudoscience. What just jumped up? As a rounder fictional unofficial group for the zone, yeah. Who hacks them like a loli first? Yep. So I just unlocked those. If there's something, it will throw me over. With this pamphlet for Professor Izuki's seminar. Izaki. Nakabachi theory. The paper he'd announced in Russia. That paper held the key to creating a real time machine. Yeah. Too much. On that day, July 28th, Nakabachi stole the paper from Kurisu, his own daughter, and left with it. I knew that. Only Nakabachi and I knew that. I flipped through the pamphlet. It was a brief introduction to the many forms of pseudoscience and fake scientific discoveries that had emerged since the start of the 20th century. On its own, it did make for an interesting reading. And at the end of the pamphlet, Nakabachi 2 was introduced as nothing more as another entry in that long list of fakes! So, Dr. Nakabachi's time machine theory had been completely ignored by the academic world. All the glory, fame, power, and he wanted so badly that he willing to get rid of his own daughter. He didn't get any of it? Well, that sucks to be him! And I heard rumors that after the announcement he'd been imprisoned in a Russian lab. To make it even funnier, he thought he was getting VIP treatment. Sucker! Sucker! For a short time there was essays and interviews in bogus academic journals. Even there, it was obvious that all had gone to his head. The ironic thing is that Nakabachi's theory was completely correct and completely revolutionary. Yeah? The Russian government was worried about it leaking, and the SVR was doing everything it could to keep it under wraps. And who's the SVR? Okay. Intelligence service. Okay, cool. What's this? That's all the tips, okay. But under the surface, there was a full-scale information war beginning over the paper. The time travel from 2036, John Titor, had told me so, which meant it had to be true. Yeah, John Titor, yeah, that's an interesting fella. Was World War III already going to happen? There was no point in thinking about it. Yeah, kind of. Just a little more before the drugs kicked in. I closed my eyes. Dude, why are you drugging yourself up? Come on. Several hours later. Can I just somehow get that? Because I know the convention was going well. After Professor Isaki said, I learned most of the students from my university. I killed some time and came back. I wanted to hear the Victor Condria lecture. Oh, there has to be. What? Wait a second. I want to look that up now because I don't know it right now. Basic release on trigger. No. Is there some way to trigger that one? Because message feed, auto mode delay. Okay, no, there's no idea how. John Titor, yeah. Kind of a meme. Yeah, so I head to the hall with Pennies. There's it is. Cool. I found it. Fuck you! Fuck you! Mayuri, fuck you! No tuturu here! He was with a very tall foreigner. Was that Alexis Leskinen? Didn't seem like an American name, but maybe he was an immigrant like Kirisu, or at least descendant from one. I didn't mean to eavesdrop, but the looks on their faces were so serious that I couldn't help but listen. Since they were both speaking English, I could barely make out any out, but I could tell from their voices it wasn't a pleasant chat. Wait, did I just hear the word makise? I hated the fact that I couldn't speak English. Wait, what? You can't speak English? God. Oh yeah, oh yeah, right! His only words were, I am mad scientisto. It's so cool, Savage. If I had known this was going to happen, I would have gone to an English school. Two of them walked into the waiting room for lectures that was located right next to the UPX theater. I put together the few fragments I was able to understand. Okay. Fire at Kurisu's house. Mrs. Marcus is alright. Robbery. The police called off the investigation. Why was the FBI there? It doesn't make sense. What the hell? That makes least sense. That's what they were saying. Whoa. Kurisu's house? Does that mean she lived in America? Her mother should still be in America? Is that where the fire was? And then the words like robbery and the investigation was called off? I really want to know more. I stood there worried until it was time for the lecture to begin. With nothing else to do, I went inside the theater. Makes sense. But still, it's weird. I could tell earlier by looking at the sides of the crowd going inside, but it was a very high energy crowd. The atmosphere was clearly different from Izaki's seminar, which was mostly students there for credit. The place was nearly full with a crowd of scientists and people who wanted to learn about the cutting-edge technology. Mitochondria's researchers had published a slate of papers in Science recently and had gotten a lot more media attention. Maybe that's why. Perhaps because of fucking Time Machine. Were there any empty seats? I found a single open seat at the edge. When I looked who was sitting next to it, I moaned. Oh, fuck. Okay. You again. Okay, Kiryu was there. She was speaking to no one, just typing endlessly into her phone. Once I named her Shining Finger because of her incredible typing speed as we fast as ever. Who was she talking to? I didn't even want to imagine. Yeah, that's best. I quickly turned away, looked for another seat. Dr. Leskins reached the podium, the inside sat down. Yeah, good. Woo, man! Woo! There was a huge group of applause. When they saw the tiny little girl come up next to him, the applause faded in confused murmur. Maho must have expected this. Her expression didn't change in the slightest as she turned next to the professor. Oh, poor girl. In fact, when she took the microphone from the professor and looked around the theater, she looked as she belonged there.
Ladies and gentlemen.
Oh, yeah. First, Dr. Leskins began to speak in English. When he made eye contact with Maui, she began to interview.
Thank you for attending.
皆さん、本日は私のセミナーに集まってくださって感謝します。
I find it nice that we're getting her side. I want him.
ビクトル・コンドリア大学脳科学研究所のアレクシス・レスキネンです。専門は脳信号処理システムおよび人工知能理論になります。
The thing is, this is more annoying to me most of the time. I know it when other stuff gets translated over and you hear a bit from him and then...
そして私は助手の比谷城真帆です。
Okay.
同じく脳科学研究所で教授の指導に沿って研究をしています。よろしく。
Okay, that's nice. Yadin started murmuring again. That was the same way I responded when I met her. Well, that'll happen, yeah.
Now, without further ado,
では早速ですが、私たちの最先端研究の一端をご紹介します。
Okay, now I'm really interested.
テーマは人工知能革命としましたが、これからデモンストレーションするシステムはおそらく皆さんの想像を超えたものではないかと思っています。
Okay, now I'm really interested. Dr. Leskins stood in front of a laptop that had been placed on the podium and started to type.
このパソコンですが、研究所のスーパーコンピューターの一つと接続されています。
Okay.
あ、まだプロジェクターには映さないで。
Wait, what? Okay, one of the staffers was about to display the laptop screen in front projector. Some kind of important program must have been booting up because Mara stopped them.
Sorry, this is all
す
still
み
in
ません、
development.
まだ開発
We
途中
haven't
なん
had
です。
time to develop much of UI
非
yet.
常に美的センスのないプログラムが画面いっぱいに溢れ返っています。
Okay.
Honestly,
こんなチープなプログラムを見られるのは恥ずかしい。
almost
裸を見られる
I like his thought
any
process.
engineers out there?
この中にエンジニアの方がいるなら理解していただけますよね。
Okay. So the audience got the professor's joke and laugh.
Anyway, while this finishes
起
spinning
動
up,
するまでの
I'll
間
give you a quick
この
overview
システ
of
ム
our
全
system.
体の概略を説明しましょう。
Okay. I'm really interested now. There was another projector in the middle of the stage. The diagram appeared on the screen. And on top of the diagram was the Japanese translation for general audience. Okay. An analysis of neural pulse signals related to memory stored in the temporal lobe. So kind of what probably he's suffering, or? Yeah? I knew that title well. In fact, I was sure I could never forget it. 'Cause that was the title of an essay written by a 17-year-old genius and published in Science. I know who. Kurisu! She had completely analyzed the nerve and pulse patterns that govern human memory and used that to digitize the memories themselves into data. She had used that to invent the time loop machine right in front of my eyes. Though none of that had actually happened anymore.
We've actually been featured in a
サ
few
イエンス
journals
誌に掲
recently,
載されたので
so some of you
ご存
may
知の方も
already
い
be
るでしょう。
familiar with the project.
Okay.
It was proposed by a very talented
これは
Japanese member of our team.
私たちのチームにいた天才的な日本人研究者によって提唱され完成されたものです。
Okay. No.
Human
Is it?
memories are stored in
人間の記
several
憶は
pockets,
大
particularly
脳
in
皮
the
質、
temporal lobe.
とりわ
A
け
little like
側
fragment.
頭葉に記録されます。
It's interesting.
いわゆる
I have
フラッシュメモリみたいなもの。
no idea how much is really the truth, but it's interesting to be
Part of
honest.
the temporal lobe
そ
is
の
the
メ
flow
モ
Yeah,
リに
that's
記憶
kind
を
of
書
weird.
き込んだり
of memories is
読み出したりするのが
Okay.
側頭葉にある海馬傍回という部位になります。
Okay. Wait a second. I'm gonna do something right now to the option. Message speed. Okay. Let's see if that goes better now. Okay, Dr. Leskin pointed out to the diagrams of the brain and the hippocampus on the screen. Okay, so that's that.
The
Interesting.
brain works by transmitting
脳は
electrical signals between
ニューロン
cells
と呼ばれ
called
る細
neurons.
胞の間を
No,
電気信号が伝
it
わっ
just
ていくこ
jumps
とで
faster
働いてい
when
ます。
it's not talked about. Okay, but that's interesting actually.
What we call memories are
記
just
憶
those
というのも
electrical signals
実
and
は
they are
こういっ
controlled
た
by
電
the
気信
electrical
号の
charge.
伝わりの一つなのです。 その働きを制御しているのが海馬傍回と言ってもいいでしょう。
Okay, so that's probably the thing that screws you up sometimes when you wake up in the night. Do you remember this thing you did once? No, I don't want to
つ
remember.
まり
Electrical signals passing through
電
the
気信号が
peripheral
海馬
channels
傍
is
回を
what
出
creates
入りす
memories.
ることで記憶は作られていくんですね。
Okay.
That was a foundation for
そこで
Christian case.
マキセ・クリスは
Oh, not that
え
name.
この論文を書いた日本人研究者です。
Wow.
And excuse me, I mean, Ms. Makise, one of our
マキセ
research
研
assistants.
究員は考えました。
Okay.
You see here, electrical signals, signal patterns. The
海
several
馬傍
pockets
回を通る電気信号が電気信号のパターンと大脳皮質の
Okay. Mouse started to have trouble with her interpreting. She was getting confused. No matter how good you are with language, interpreting for a long period of time had to be difficult. Once I read an article on the internet that said even professionals can't do it for more than 20 minutes. International conferences live from overseas are actually handled by a team of people switching off. Yeah, makes sense. Or maybe she was having trouble because Kurisu's name came up. Yeah, that could be also. That's concerned with
すみません。
Ms. Makise, focus on the patterns
マキセ
entering and
研究員
exiting
は
the parahippocampal
海
channels.
馬傍回を出入りする電気信号のパターンに着目しました。
By analyzing those patterns,
そのパ
she
タ
was
ーン
able
が
to gather data on which
大脳
memories
皮
in the
質の
several cortex
どの記憶と
they
対応
corresponded
してい
to.
るのか解析を行って完全なデ
And
ー
to
タを
create
得
the
たの
time leap, which she did,
This
which
data
was
allows her
amazing.
to take
これに
the
よって
analog memory signals
記憶と
and
いう曖昧でアナログなものを電気信号のパターンの組み合わせというデジタルなものに変換する基礎理論が確立されたのです。
Okay.
これがサイエンス誌に掲載された彼女の論文です。
Appeared in Science. Okay.
そして現在、私たちのチームはその理論をもとに人間の記憶をデジタルデータとして取得するシステムを開発しています。
Can't Okabe do that because he has a wave of missiles swept across the theater?
それはすなわち
Which means,
人間の記憶をコンピューターに保存し、それを活用するシステムということになります。
Wow, that would be amazing actually. Turn to a lore. I see. So even after death, Kurisa's research was being carried on. Of course, maybe it was natural that it would be. Yeah, perhaps. That was the basic theory for time looping, which I had proved myself, even if I could never prove it to anyone else in the Alpha world line. Kinda, yeah. Memories had been turned into data and stored on a computer. There was no doubt about that. But what Dr. Les was talking about right now was the basic technology required for that process. And you did it like 20 times?
現在、私たちが行っているプロジェクトは主に2つです。1つは医療分野への応用です。
That's smart, yeah. And the second? The slide on the projector change.
こちらは精神生理学研究所と共同で行っているプロジェクトです。
Okay.
コンピューターに保存した記憶データを海馬妨害を通して再び元の脳に書き戻すというもので。
Whoa, that seems incredible. Love it. Someone who looked like a grad student in the front row shouted. Her lesson didn't seem particularly put off by the interruption while continuing in her interpretation.
You don't believe it? I know how you feel.
信じがた
I'd
い
be thinking
で
the
す
same
か。
thing if I were you.
その気持ちは理解できます。
If I were you.
私も皆さんの立場であれば
Honestly?
そう言ったでしょう。
Can I want to say one thing. I feel Professor Leskin sounds a bit robotic. A
But let me
bit.
just ask you.
しかし、
Can you imagine
この
the
研究に
incredible
私たちは
application
手応
of this
えを感
technology?
じています。
And like a
これが
Japanese
実
trying to
用
do
化
an
できれ
English
ば
man.
どんなに素晴らしいことでしょう。
We could treat memory loss in
例えば
secondary or
老化による記憶障害、
that currently have
あと
matured.
はアルツハイマーなど、そうしたも
Oh,
の
that
へ
would
の
be amazing,
対処療
actually.
法が期待できます。
Yeah.
Anyone's memories could be
患者の記憶をデータ
as
として
digital
自動
data.
的にバックアップしていくのです。
Yeah.
Even if a memory is lost,
記憶が失われた
every
として
time
も、
it's possible to
その都度
access
PC にア
and
クセスし、
reinstall data in
脳
the
内
brain.
にデータを再インストールすることが可能です。
That would be amazing, actually.
それによ
That
っ
would
て
be so great.
忘
to
却
work
の
on.
進行を食い止められるのではないか。私たちはそう考えています。
That would be such an amazing thing, but I'm not sure if it could work.
最終的には海馬妨害から PC 内の記憶データに常時アクセスできるようになるでしょう。
But what happens if you accidentally delete the backup?
So if the memory loss
そうすれば
functionality,
脳
say,
機能が
brain
失われ
damage
た
or
状態、
acquired.
例えば
Okay.
脳が激しく損傷したり萎縮してしまった場合などですが、
She'll find.
The system would essentially
そのような状態でも
whatever part of the
変わ
brain
ら
was
ず
fired.
脳機能を維持できます。
Maintain. Okay.
Think of it like an
あたか
external
も
hard drive.
外部ストレージと同じように。
Okay. That would be weird. A strange feeling gripped the hall. Part of it was shock and the feeling that they were witnessing the announcement of incredible technology. Kinda, yeah. With skepticism like the system could ever actually work. It's kind of weird. It was the revulsion of the idea of playing around with their human brain like that. An excitement born from all these things passed from one member of the crowd to another. Doctor raised his hand to encourage
I'm seeing
questioning.
some of you have questions.
どうやら
We
2
move
つ
to
目の
our
プロジェ
second
クトをお話しする前に質問を受け付けないといけないようですね。
Okay, now I'm interested.
I'll answer as many as I can. Go
で
ahead.
きる範囲でお答えします。どうぞ。
And then she raises her hand. Whoop! Many hands were raised. I could tell there was a wider age range of people interested. Both young and old were raising their hands. Yeah. Question here. Was the first question. Sampling would require when digitalized when digitalizing analog memories. Does that mean any information would be lost? professor nodded as he listened to the question in Japanese and began. The speaker was finished. Maybe he was able to understand his Japanese, but not speak it.
その質問を言い換えると、
Okay.
オーケストラの生演奏を WAV のデータに保存する際、生演奏のすべてを完璧に記録することはできないと。
Oh, kinda.
確かにその懸念はあります。現在の研究で
Okay.
最も困難な問題の一つです。
Interesting.
脳内のネットワークが神経伝達物質のオンオフだけで、つまり二進数的にデータのやり取りをしているのであれば簡単な問題でした。
Yeah.
それはデジタルデータと同じことだからです。
Yeah.
しかし実際には伝達物質や電気信号は
Okay.
脳内でアナログ的に変化することが分かっています。
Oh, okay, that's the difference.
この問題に関しては今のところより高いサンプリングレートでデータをサンプルする方法しか手段を持っていません。
Okay.
音楽の話で言えば 44.1kHz よりも 48kHz、 48kHz よりも 96kHz でサンプリングするといった具合です。
So you use a higher sample to get with that,
それ
okay?
によってデジタルでありながらアナログデータに近い情報を得ようとしています。
Okay. Little by little, the mood in the room was turning into disappointment. What? People were beginning to wonder if this was a pretty theory that wouldn't work in reality. More questions came. Yeah, okay. So before we move further with the questions, right now it's really hard because it's really scientific and I have not really much knowledge about this field, to be honest. So, and I find it quite interesting just to go with this theory. I found that's one of the things Steins Gate did with me. It showed me what there was for possibilities, and I found it amazing. And the characters were amazing. But we're gonna stop right here, so thank you so much for watching. Like, comment, and subscribe if you want to, and I hope to see you guys in the next one. Bye-bye!